All right, let's do that case study I promised you. So it's not about a car wreck lawyer. This was a lawyer who practiced special education law. That means representing families when one of the kids has special needs, standing up for their rights before the school board. So this lawyer had heard about Firmidable, and they tracked us down and said they'd like to raise awareness. The public wasn't even aware that there were lawyers who specialize in special ed. So we did an experiment, and we decided to do it in Rochester, New York. He was all over New York State, but not in Rochester yet. And that way he'd know anything that happened, it was due to the campaign. So he asked us about television, but we thought it was really important that we also do a digital component because of the thing I just told you, that people go from one screen to another. So we did some nice commercials. I'd love to show them to you. They're featuring kids and school buses. This was his website before. Like a lot of law firms, he had a stock photo of New York City. What this has to do with kids and special ed, I don't know. So we updated it. Now, this was a few years ago, so this site starting to look dated to me, but notice we brought in that school bus image. Through all of the marketing we did, we tied it with the school bus. That was our plan. Here's a site today, a little more modern. Things evolve. All right, how did we do? Well, we did those television commercials, and as you might hope for, we got phone calls. So the purple weeks are when we're on the air for television, and the gray bars represent weeks when we're off the air. So we got phone calls in Rochester. Now, we got more phone calls when we're on the air than we're off the air. That makes sense. In fact, it might surprise you, we got calls when we're off the air. We're starting to raise awareness. Word is spreading and we're getting calls. Okay, that's good. What about digital? That's what I really want to see now, because that's the point of my case study. In Rochester, we looked at traffic only from Rochester, and this is not phone calls, but website traffic. Sure enough, when we're on the air, that's the purple bars, more people went to the firm's website from Rochester than they did in the off weeks. I wonder if you noticed something I noticed. Some of those purple bars look taller than the other purple bars. Then it occurred to us, wait a minute, in that television campaign, we do some weeks where we only do daytime, and some other weeks we're doing what we call prime access, like Wheel of Fortune and stuff before prime time starts, after hours. So when it's after hours and they know the law firm is going to be closed, they're more likely to perhaps go online. Sure enough, when we check the traffic week by week, the purple bars are when we did the non-daytime TV in addition to daytime, and absolutely there was more website traffic after hours. Television is driving it to the website when people can't call the firm. So anyway, I think this shows the correlation between traditional advertising like television or even print and your digital strategy. Okay, the other thing we talked a lot about today is conversion. So how did the website do? All of those principles we talked about earlier in this hour would hope to get more of that traffic to say, yes, I will talk to you. And sure, this is for the firm as a whole, all over New York State. Same months, year over year, we doubled results. Just by having a better website, we got more people to reach out and talk to them. But what about in Rochester? Wow, when we're in Rochester and people have been exposed to the non-digital advertising, then it's through the roof of people who visited the website and said, yes, I'd like to talk to somebody.